Hello everybody and welcome to another flashback video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Nintendo Entertainment System, a system that is near and dear to my heart, a system that I grew up with, a system that I was 13 and purchased it with my own money because my grandpa would say I'd appreciate it more. And like I said, I really love the system. I have two of them. As a matter of fact, I have this custom Nintendo NES with a clear shell that I designed earlier last year that has Bluetooth support, has a bunch of bells and whistles in it, and of course the clear shell, the new sliding tray, and so on. So pretty awesome. And one more I'll show before I go on with the video, and that is the Sharp Twin Famicom here, which is the Japanese Nintendo that was licensed out through Sharp, that has a regular cartridge slot and a slot for the floppy drives that they had for the system. So anyways, let's get this party started. Number one on the list is Capcom's 1943. Now this is a follow-up to 1942. This was released in 1988 by Capcom. 1943, the Battle of Midway takes place. It is World War II, focusing on the Battle of Midway, and players are engaged in a vertical shooter experience attacking enemy aircrafts and sea vessels. Now you can upgrade your plane with points each level, so you can earn points and upgrade the attack or defense or special weapons and so on. So it's pretty cool. And they've added new weapons. They added the laser, which could go through multiple enemies at once. Now it is considered a very difficult shooter, and especially the final stage, which I can't beat for some reason still, but it's very tough to challenging game to beat. And there are bosses, so there are various bosses in the game. So it's a pretty cool game and definitely worth checking out, and definitely a worthy number one. Now if you like that game, you're really gonna like number two. Adventure Island, number 3. Now this is a awesome game. It was released in 1992 by Hudson Soft. Now this is a side-scrolling platform game. You play as Mr. Higgins, and his girlfriend has been kidnapped by aliens, so you're out to rescue her. And it's a big adventure where all these animals are trying to stop you, and bugs and things along the way. And for some reason you collect fruit, and it gives you extra points and things, and eventually sometimes upgrades. Now there is the new boomerang weapon, which is pretty cool. You can crouch, which you couldn't do in the previous two games. You can't go back. You could backtrack in the other games. This one you can only go forward, but still a very fun game. The graphics are really good, music's really good, and if you like the first two Adventure Island games, then you'll definitely love this one. So definitely check it out. Now if you love this game, then you're really going to love number 3. Alien 3, released in 1992 by LJN. It is a run-and-gun game based off of the movie. It was also ported to the Sega Genesis, the Amiga, Commodore 64, Game Boy, Game Gear, Nintendo Entertainment System, Super Nintendo, and the Sega Master System. So it was ported pretty much to everything. Now Alien 3, like I said, is a side-scrolling run-and-gun game which the player controls Ellen Ripley, and you play as the main character, and you progress through the prison colony featured in the film. Players can jump, shoot, climb ladders, crawl through tunnels, open doors, and elevators. Unlike the film, Ripley has a large arsenal of weapons that can be used against the game's enemies, consisting of aliens and facehuggers. Weapons include pulse rifles, flamethrowers, grenades. A motion tracker also warns the player of nearby enemies, so there are quite a few weapons. Cool game. If you like this, you're really going to like the next one on the list. Number 4. Now the next game on the list is an important one. This is Balloon Fight. This is a game similar to Joust, Atari's Joust, where you're an unmanned guy with 2 balloons attached to his helmet. You must fight in these arenas and pop all these other people's balloons and be the survivor at the end of each level. There's a lot of history behind this because it was designed by HAL Laboratories, and the person who programmed it was Satoru Iwata. So that is very important to note. Also, the person who produced it was Gunpei Yokoi, which was the person who designed our first D-pad as we know it today, person who designed the Game & Watch, the Game Boy, and also the Virtual Boy, and then went on to move to Bandai and develop the Wonder Swan. So there's a lot of history behind this game, and it is a really good game and definitely worth checking out. If you've never played Balloon Fight, then I would suggest checking out. I'd like to see a modern day version of this.
I'll be back after these messages.
The Top Gun video game by Konami is approaching at Mach 2. Cruise through the Top Gun video game and you may land on the aircraft carrier, the USS Intrepid.
Do you know what time it is? It's time to subscribe to the Daily Nostalgia Show.
Now back to the show.
Anyways, let's check out number 5 on the list. Next game on the list is a good one. This is Batman Returns, released in 1993, a beat-em-up video game developed and published by Konami for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, this is inspired by the Warner Brothers 1992 film of the same name. In the main storyline, Batman must confront both Catwoman and Penguin. Now, this game is similar to the Double Dragon and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games, where the player takes control of Batman fighting against multiple enemies, such as the Red Triangle Gang, in order to stop Catwoman and Penguin from spreading terror across Gotham City. Now, there are 6 stages from the film in the game, and each level has a boss fight at the end. Now, this game utilizes a password system for your saves, so pretty decent game. It's pretty good. It was a little outdated in the graphics department when it came out, but still it's a lot of fun, and it's quite a challenge to beat this game. So definitely a hard game, but a lot of fun. And you do have some weapons at your disposal, such as the Batarang, and there are 2 racing levels in the game where you get to drive the Batski boat, I think they call it, the Bat boat, and the Batmobile. So pretty interesting game. So basically 6 levels, and 4 of those are side-scrolling beat-em-ups and 2 racing levels. So not a bad game, but definitely a hard game to beat and master. So definitely, if you want a good challenge, then check out Batman Returns on the Nintendo Entertainment System, because you won't regret it. Now on with number 6 on the list. Blaster Master, released in 1988 by Sunsoft. Now, this is a run and gun game, and I gotta say, this game is really good. I really love it. It's in my top 20 probably games of the Nintendo NES games. I'd have to put it in the top 20, and I really enjoyed it. Graphics are great, music's great, gameplay is fantastic. Just a lot of fun, and like I said, I've beaten it multiple times over the years. Now, you play as a young kid named Jason who is battling radioactive monsters. He drives this specialized tank called Sophia. And what makes it really interesting is you can get in and out of the tank, and then when you get out of the tank, you can go into these levels. It's kind of like a side-scrolling shooter, or a top-down shooter, and it's pretty excellent. I really like this game, and it's definitely worth checking out. Nowadays, it doesn't seem like much that you can get in and out of your tank, but back then it was pretty awesome to be able to do that, because not many games did that. So, as you can see, the graphics are really beautiful, gameplay is great, and this is definitely a must-play, in my opinion. Really great game, so don't miss out on this one. Now, if you like this game, you're really going to like the next one on the list, because it is awesome. So let's check out number 7 on the list. Robocop, released in 1989, a follow-up to the arcade game. Based off the movie, it is a run-and-gun beat-em-up side-scrolling adventure game. Kind of plays like Bad Dudes, similar to that, and it's a very interesting, good game. I really liked Robocop. A lot of fun. The Robocop games in general were fun on the Nintendo Entertainment System, so definitely a worth play and a lot of fun. I just want to say, freeze creep. I really love this game. So if you love Robocop the movie or anything, it's really cool, and at the end of each stage it does have some little end bosses and a lot of fun. Definitely a game that's worth checking out. Now, it was ported to pretty much everything. It was to the Commodore 64, the MSX, ZX Spectrum TSR-80, the Amstrad CPC, the MS-DOS, Apple II, Amiga, Atari ST, Nintendo NES, and so on. And it was almost ported to the Atari Jaguar before it went under, so pretty interesting. That was pretty much on everything. So definitely worth checking out Robocop on the Nintendo Entertainment System. If you like this, you're really going to love number 8 on the list. Wizards and Warriors, released in 1987 in America and Europe in 1990. Now this is an interesting, fun game. The player controls Kuros, Knight Warrior of the Book of Excalibur, as he sets out the kingdom of Elrod to defeat the evil wizard Malkai. Malkai holds the princes of Elrod captive in the castle Ironspire, deep within the forests of Elrod. So you have to fight through the forest, tunnels, and caves while collecting keys, treasures, weapons, and magical items. Now the graphics are really good and the game is a lot of fun. Now my friend Nicole, she talks about this game a lot, and she told me that the only thing she remembers is jumping from tree to tree and not knowing what the hell she's doing. She was just jumping, falling down branches, and there was all kinds of birds and everything attacking her while she's jumping, and that's all she remembers. But she liked it for some reason. She would keep jumping from tree to tree and liked it, but had no idea why she was doing it. So this is an excellent game, and I really love it too, and it definitely deserves to be in this list. And if you like this game, you're really going to love the next one on the list. So let's check out number 9. Rad Racer, also known as Highway Star in Japan, is a racing game developed and published by Square for the Nintendo Entertainment System in 1987. Now this is a fantastic game. I say it's similar to Outrun, but it's fantastic in its own ways. And it's one of the first games that I know to use 3D elements in the game. If you push the select button, you would get this stereoscopic 3D, and then you would get these anaglyph glasses that came with it, and you could play in 3D. So that was really cool for back then. And people don't realize that way before the 3DS, they were already experimenting with 3D. So definitely this game is rad. It is definitely a rad racing game and definitely worth playing. You get to play either as a Ferrari 328 or a Formula One car, so it's pretty awesome and definitely worth checking out. And good times, good times. I love this game. Now on with number 10 on the list. If you like that one, you're going to love number 10. Number 10 on the list, The Legend of Zelda, released in 1986 from Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now this is an excellent game. This is really, really good. Now it's dangerous to go alone, so take this. Now I remember opening this up on Christmas morning under the Christmas tree and seeing that the cartridge was gold, and I knew I had something special because all cartridges were gray back then. And popped it in, and it was excellent from beginning to end. Still is to this day. Really love Legend of Zelda. Really love the game. It's just excellent. You're on a mission as Link to rescue Princess Zelda, who has been kidnapped by Ganon, and you must go through 8 different dungeons. I believe it's 8. It's been a while since I played again. And you must rescue Zelda and defeat Ganon, and it's just excellent along the way. Now there are magical items you collect along the way to help you on your journey. Like you see there, I got a map, there's compasses, there's cool enemies, there's hidden secrets, there's secret walls to bomb so you don't have to use keys to go through doors. Cool end bosses just like this, and excellent game from beginning to finish. So definitely Legend of Zelda is an awesome game, and actually this would be my number 1 pick as my most favorite game on the Nintendo Entertainment System, and definitely a must play. So that is number 10 on the list. Now let's check out what number 11 is on the list of. Number 11 on the list, Super Mario Bros. Now this was released in 1986, I believe, in America, and this is a fantastic game. And I remember going to a kid's house, and I had an Atari 2600. And his father went to New York on a business trip, and he came back with a Nintendo Entertainment System, and they were playing it in the living room when I came over, and I was blown away by the graphics, gameplay, and everything, and I knew I must have one. They had this and Commando, and both of those games blew me away, and I couldn't get one right away. I asked my grandfather to buy me one but he wouldn't buy it. He said I'd appreciate it more if I bought it with my own money. Luckily enough, the neighbor next door would go on business trips, so my grandfather made a deal with him for me to take care of the dogs in the morning and evenings after I came home from school. And I earned enough money to buy my own Nintendo, and I did appreciate it and learned a lesson that summer. So excellent memories of this game, excellent memories of the Nintendo. This is what turned me into a gamer, and I really enjoyed it, and it's a perfect game, so definitely a must play. Number 12 on the list, another game that is excellent, and that is Donkey Kong. Now, Donkey Kong was in the arcades, and that's the first time I played it. Played quite a bit of it in the arcade. And then I did go to a friend's house, and he had a ColecoVision, and that was the only other version that I played. And really enjoyed it, loved the game, but when it came to the Nintendo NES, this version, of course, is my favorite version. And in ways, I like it better than arcade, even though it has less levels. It has 3 levels instead of 4, I believe. So excellent game, definitely a must own in your collection. You are Mario, formerly known as Jumpman, and I think he had a different name besides that. So before Jumpman, and they came up with Mario later on. And he must rescue Pauline, who's been kidnapped by Donkey Kong. The Donkey Kong nowadays is considered as Cranky Kong. So this is Cranky Kong going on a tantrum, stealing Pauline, and Mario must rescue her from Donkey Kong's clutches. Excellent game, fun, challenging, gets harder as it goes, and definitely a must own in your collection. I would say this and Donkey Kong Jr. are a must. Donkey Kong 3 you could skip, but these first 2 are definitely a must owns. So definitely check it out, Donkey Kong. Now if you like this game, you're definitely going to like number 13 on the list. Number 13 on the list is Commando, and I've talked about this a little bit earlier. Is when I went to that friend's house, he had 2 games. He had Super Mario Bros. And Commando. Now when I saw him playing Commando and they were doing this run and gun game, I was blown away. I was like, look at these graphics and this gameplay. You're rescuing prisoners in hidden bunkers and stuff, and it was such a cool game, and definitely loved it. And there is one bunker hidden. I didn't believe it all these years, because this kid talked about it at school, and you know, sometimes they made rumors up, made stuff up, but he said there was one bunker where it had a bunch of snakes, and I never seen it for about 25 years. And finally, about a playthrough about a year ago, I came across this bunker, and it did have snakes in it, so he wasn't lying. It's the only bunker with snakes in it. So pretty cool game, a lot of fun, good run and gun game, definitely challenging. You have to keep moving and going forward and not staying in one place too long, or you will get sniped or get killed. So fun game, definitely a excellent game, and this is the prequel to Bionic Commando, so awesome. Number 14 on the list is another excellent game, and that is Tetris. Now Tetris really kicked off when it hit the Game Boy black and white, because it was bundled with the Game Boy, but it was an excellent puzzle game, and it deserves on any system to get praised for its great gameplay, and still to this day it's excellent. So definitely love some Tetris. I'm not a big puzzle game person, but I love Tetris, and it definitely deserves to be on this list because it sold billions and billions of games on different systems over the years. Definitely made the Game Boy what it was, and Nintendo NES version is really good too. Arguably, I would say the Game Boy had better music, but still excellent on the Nintendo NES, and definitely a worth play. Just don't play Tetris 2, it's not as good, but the original Tetris on the Nintendo Entertainment System is excellent, and it's an awesome game. Now if you like this one, you're going to love number 15 on the list. Tiger Heli was released in 1987 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now the player controls a Tiger attack helicopter fighting against air and ground enemies such as tanks, gunboats, artillery, and aircrafts. Other targets include buildings, level crossings, car, fuel depots, tents, and mine carts. The helicopter is equipped with 2 weapons, short-range missiles and bombs. The missiles can hit both air and ground targets. The bombs can destroy enemy tanks and their bullets within range when fired. If enemy bullets hit the bomb carried by the helicopter, it will detonate automatically. The game employs a scoring system. The player's score increases as targets are destroyed. So this is an excellent game over the years and a must-play. Here's the hidden gem I was talking about, the Mutant Virus Crisis in Computer World. It's an action video game released by ASC Games for the Nintendo NES in 1992. Now, this game is definitely a hidden gem. As a matter of fact, I thought it was a game that was released after the system died and just came out a few years ago or so on, because I never heard of it, and I know a lot about Nintendo NES games. But no, this game was released in 1992. Now the controls remind me of all things of like asteroids, where you have to use a thruster and turn your ship around to a certain place. And it's an interesting video game. Now Ron, the character you play, must stop this virus from getting out of control, and if he's unable to extinguish it, the virus will throw humanity back to the Stone Age. Now the virus in the game is a cellular automation, follows the rules of Conway's Game of Life. Now the blue cells in the game are clean cells, whereas the red ones are virus cells. So you have to change them by surrounding them with clean cells to turn the virus cells into clean cells, and so on as you move. It's one of those games that takes a bit to get used to, the controls and how the cells work when you change them. But once it starts clicking, the game is quite enjoyable and quite challenging. So let me know if you've ever played this game or ever even heard of it, because it is an interesting game. You get quite a few mixed reactions over the years because of the difficulty, but I think the game is pretty cool if you stick with it. So anyways, that is it for 16 great games on the Nintendo NES. So let me know what you thought of the list of games that I listed. Are there some new ones that you never knew about, like the Mutant Virus, which I didn't even know about, and I've been playing Nintendo NES for many years. And awesome games like Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Brothers, Commando, and so on. So let me know which ones were your favorites on this list. Anyways, that is it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you like this video, like this one up here or the one up there. Take care, everybody. Have a good one.
I've been working on this custom Nintendo Entertainment System. Well, technically, my friend Cliff did all the work. All I did was supplying the parts to build it. Still a few more things I wanted to with it, but I'm going to do a video about it so you can build your own custom Nintendo Entertainment System. Now you're playing with power.
Thanks for watching.